Saturn is the spot in our natal charts that shows our discipline styles in our life, how we enact discipline in our lives, how our metabolism is disciplined to function, and how we achieve our goals when setting ourselves up for pretty much anything. In particular, I want to talk about something I am using my Saturn placement for more and more the older I get, and how to then apply that to your Saturn sign. Ready? Let's fucking go.
Welcome to the Alchemy, Astrology, and Astro Health podcast. I'm Maya Ratla, medical astrologist, astroherbalist, and green witch. I was diagnosed with endometriosis at 19, and I was told I would never have children. I healed my body through the power of herbs, alternative health practitioners, energy healing, and more. At 28, I had the baby they said I would never have, without any interventions. I refused to believe that my body was not able to heal itself. Along this journey, I stumbled across medical astrology, and it resonated with me so much. I started down the path to learning this unique system that had been used for thousands of years in the medical community. I now help other women heal their bodies using their cosmic blueprint, the unique blueprint that every person has embedded in their DNA from the stars. This system helps me see what's going on in your body on a cosmic level and exactly how to help you give your body what it needs to heal itself. We are all uniquely and amazingly designed, and when we learn to work with our design, love ourselves for how we are designed to function, and integrate the cosmos into our lives, I truly believe that we can see true and lasting health brought into our lives. If you are ready to change your life, heal your body, and learn to deeply love who you are, this podcast is for you. Come join me as I discuss medical astrology, astronutrition, astroherbalism, health, wellness, spirituality, transformation, and so much more. I'm so excited you are joining me.
So Saturn shows where discipline is needed to help us achieve our goals with metabolism, eating, and weight loss. So this could be a good placement to know and understand deeper if you are trying to reset your metabolism after years of yo-yo dieting and wrecking said metabolism, years of following fad diets and not listening to your body. So now knowing what to eat is difficult, if not impossible, and how to move your body to stay in shape and good health. Whether it be food, movement, beliefs, habits, etc., to help us achieve those goals, Saturn will show you the way and how easy or hard that may be. For example, my Saturn is in Scorpio and shows that I need discipline in movement daily and that it needs to be a long-term commitment, unfortunately for me to see the success I want to see from that. Can you say fuck that bitch? Seriously. It also shows that while my anabolism is fairly slow on building things up, that with movement and eating the foods best for my body, being disciplined in meal planning, etc., this will help me achieve my goals too in the long term. This is not a quick fix planet, no matter what we would like to happen in life. If you want it to happen and for it to stick, it cannot be a band-aid solution, right? Quick fixes don't stick. Saturn is a slow teacher and helps us learn these lessons over a long period of time. Saturn stays in one sign for 2 years. So just think about that. Since Saturn just moved into Aries, let's start there with what to expect and how to work with that energy. This is for those who have Saturn and Aries in their charts, which means you're in your Saturn return. Congratulations. And I say that mostly not sarcastically, but with a little bit of sarcasm, as well as those where Saturn is now transiting Aries placements in your natal chart. So like say you have Sun in Aries, then Saturn is slowly moving up to a transiting conjunction on that Aries placement, and that can affect some of your discipline style at this time. Aries is kind of known to be a sign with a quick temper, fast actions, a quick decisive nature, leap first, look later type of person, and it's ruled by Mars usually, so this sign does want to move quick, is quick to anger when they are slowed down or when things come up that make them have to think through things a little bit more and need more time before deciding. Ruling the head, Aries are prone to headaches, usually related to dehydration, strokes, high fevers, aneurysms, and head injuries that are mainly due to accidents and adrenaline-seeking activities such as skydiving, bungee cord jumping, etc. So as such, being placed in Saturn in the chart can lead naturally to suppressed anger, trapped heat in the body, severe dehydration, and headaches due to vasoconstriction. This is because Saturn is a constricting, restrictive force in our life, and it's a very cold planet, so it naturally cools some of that Aries external display of anger and emotions, but turns it more inward. So there's a lot more like internal emotions that they have going on. They feel very volatilely conflicted internally instead of volatilely conflicted externally like they usually are. Because this placement does naturally speed up Saturn's relatively slow constricting restrictive energy, it helps a little bit, but it not quite enough to equal the speed that Aries normally loves to be moving at. This can make a person have more calculated movements and better decision-making abilities than if it's placed in Mars. So this can be a very good placement. If you're currently have Saturn in Aries and you're going through your Saturn return, this is going to bring up a lot of health problems related to the head and a lot of issues related to like who you are as a person. It's going to bust open that identity that you think is you and that you've thought is you for all these years, but are suddenly realizing that's not truly who you are. And it's going to teach you a bunch of lessons about who you really are and how to become the person that you're really meant to be. So buckle up. So being in Saturn can definitely be a good thing here, but due to Aries act first, then get through later, nature, sitting down and planning out a meal plan or an exercise plan just doesn't hit. They're like, no. They require structure, and they do crave it to an extent, but creating that structure themselves is not easy and does not come naturally thanks to that cardinal fiery energy, right? Cardinal signs initiate, fixed signs help things stick, and they continue the process and they move it along, and mutable signs make sure that it's enacted, and then cardinal signs start back over again and initiate. So Aries has the like ADHD type energy where all these new shiny things come up and they want to go do them all and they make all these plans but then never follow through on them because they're really good at being the idea person and not so good at being the person that implements those ideas, which is fine, right? We need idea people, we need people that start things, and then we need the people that can complete those things. So this works great for a lot of areas in life, but not so great when it comes to movement and exercising and nourishing your body, right? Where you think quickly on things, come up with all these new ideas you're going to do, but have trouble following through with them. As such, working with a personal trainer or a dietitian nutritionist to make a workout plan and eating plan actually helps a lot. Use that energy for other endeavors that you really like and ask for help for the weak areas. That's something else that's going to come up a lot with this Saturn return is asking for help and not trying to do it all yourself, realizing where your weak areas are and not forcing yourself to do something that you just don't need to be doing or that you want to be doing. Saturn rules anabolism, and in this sign builds things up pretty quickly, right? So Mars rules catabolism, which is the breaking down of the food that we eat, and anabolism is using all those parts and pieces that we've broken it down into to build things back up in our body, basically muscle tissue and then stores of nutrients. This can be good if you have a fast-placed Mars that breaks things down quickly, but if not, this can cause an imbalance in how your metabolism is working. So high protein and higher fat intake can be helpful here. This placement does need a lot of movement, but can sometimes deal with like a lack of motivation and a lack of willpower to do so if it's not fun to them, especially. Like if it's not something that's like the new shiny object that keeps their attention, they're not going to want to do it. So when you get an exercise plan here, you need to ensure that it's one that's going to keep you interested, and doing the same old shit for like a year is just not going to work, right? So how do you work with the Saturn and Aries to help ensure you're moving well, eating well, and keeping your metabolism happy and healthy? Number one, as mentioned earlier, hire help. It does not even have to be like a one-to-one type thing. Buy like a 12-week exercise plan that sounds fun, pumps the adrenaline, does interesting things to keep your mind in it. That every week or two you're doing something a little different that works the same muscles but is not boring, right? Hire someone to help you plan meals out. Hell, get a 12-week meal plan and rotate that bitch. Do 12 weeks, start back at the beginning. By the time you get back to the beginning, your Aries nature is like, oh, this is new, I forgot about this, right? So it helps keep things up, but makes it easy for you. Work with that fiery, quick energy to start things. Find yourself an earth sign to help you ground that desire and fix it into reality. Number two, since this placement can lead to headaches, fatigue, poor coordination from the restriction of Saturn to the Aries-ruled areas, incorporate plenty of foods, herbs, and spices that help encourage circulation to prevent that. So cinnamon, garlic, ginger, onions, rosemary, sage, and possibly turmeric. I say possibly because turmeric is actually very warming, and if you already have a very warm inside, you don't necessarily need more warming brought to areas. So That's one that if you're going to incorporate, you need to probably talk with a herbalist about. Number 3, it's common to need more protein, iron, B vitamins, and amino acids here, so ensure that each meal has plenty of each supplement as necessary. Number 4, this placement struggles with maintaining that fast Aries quality a lot of times and tends to overdo it and then burn itself out. So there's a lot of desire and will to be fast, but not a lot of spoons to stay that fast. Does that make sense? Like with that Saturn restriction, you don't have that normal fast moving and fast recovery from doing things that you get in Mars. So this can lead to mental and physical fatigue and the inability to do fast, quick paced exercises as your main thing all the time. So stick to an exercise program that incorporates plenty of rest days, alternates between high intensity, low intensity, and moderate intensity for the movements. And if you get to a workout day and you're feeling exhausted, overtired, and just like fuck all of this, focus more on low intensity, steady state cardio that day, i.e. long, slow walks. Go outside, enjoy nature, get grounded in the trees, find a forest, go swimming in the ocean, whatever, right? And do that instead until that improves and you're feeling better, and then slowly add in some more intense movements again. Again, it's all about being flexible, but balancing things out for your body. Number 5, burst of quick movements throughout the day can help to keep yourself alert and not falling asleep at your desk. If you find yourself currently or constantly spacing out at your desk all the time and trying to remember what it was you're supposed to be doing, or easily distracted and jumping from one thing to another, getting up and doing a quick little burst of movement can be helpful. Get up and jog to the bathroom if you're not going to look like a crazy person in your office, right? Get up and do some jumping jacks, do some quick squats, do something that gets you moving. If you are in a place where, like me, when I was still working in the hospitals, I would go into one of the stairwells that was, near whatever room I was in, and I would run up and down the stairs a little bit, like just down the one flight and back up again, like 2 or 3 times. Doesn't have to be a lot, but it definitely gets you moving and starts that adrenaline pumping again, right? And number 6, above all else, listen to your body. Headache after headache, followed by fatigue, are signs that you specifically are overdoing it. Slow it down, increase your nutrition, focus on the basics, drink some fucking water, and remember to actually get some sleep. Aries are not very good at those last 2 sometimes. It wants to continue to burn the candle at both ends. So the ultimate key to discipline here with Saturn and Aries is leaning into your sister sign Libra. Balance in all things. Moderation is better than overdoing it. Overall, this Aries-focused Saturn return for those with your Saturn and Aries will be one of learning to balance all things in life and not overdoing it. Learning to say no is going to be very good here. Learning to say, this is not something I want to do, and then not doing it. Letting go of shiny object syndrome. So overall, learning to balance all things in life. It'll be good to learn to focus on good nutrition, good movements for your body, staying hydrated, and learning that slowing things down is not necessarily a bad thing. If you want to know more about your specific Saturn placement in your natal chart and how it corresponds to your nutritional needs, movement, metabolism, and more, book an Astro Nutrition reading today with me at atlaastrology.com/everything. Find it, book it, let's chat, and I will get you on the right path. All right. Hope that helps you for today. And if you're in your Saturn return, good luck. It's going to be great. It's going to teach you a whole bunch of stuff that you need. And you're going to come out on the other side very happy. Love and light.
Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Alchemy, Astrology, and Astro Health. I hope you enjoyed today's episode as much as I enjoyed making it. You can find all relevant links to today's show in the show notes below. If you loved the show today, please subscribe, follow, and leave me a review. I love to hear your thoughts, and it helps me know what is a hit and to make more of that content, especially for you. If you want to learn more about me and how I can help you, head over to atlaastrology.com. There you can sign up for a medical astrology package, download my free sun sign in your health ebook, read the blog, and so much more. If you want to connect more outside the podcast, follow my Instagram channel @AtlaAstrology or join my Astro Connection community, the link to which you can find in the show notes. Until next time, love and light.